Change.
Change is a scary thing. It ventures into the unknown, oftentimes taking a risk. Pokemon X and Y intend to change the franchise drastically while keeping many elements the same. Do they succeed? Let's find out. The presentation of Pokemon Y is incredibly different from previous generations. It has dynamic camera angles which move in various directions, and rarely limit your vision or get annoying. The only place where I had a slight problem with the camera was Lumio City, where the camera can follow you a bit too closely at times. Regardless, the game looks beautiful, with lush environments that are pretty to the eye, updated sprites, and a large variety of areas to explore. The music feels very Pokemon-y.
Is that even a word? What did I just say?
Yeah, anyway, it feels very much like a Pokemon game as far as the sound design goes. Little things like a familiar bumping sound effect when you bump into objects will make you remember the older games. And new tunes like the trainer battle music are right at home. Even still, certain songs are overused a bit too much for my liking, but whatever, I'll get over it. The battle scene is also beautiful. All of the Pokemon models look great, and attacks range from alright to
oh my god, this is freaking amazing!
I can't! The battles also have environments based on where you're fighting. So if you're in the grass, it's grassy, nice little thing. My only problem is that the battles do lag a bit at times, and they lag quite a lot when you turn the 3D on. So turn those shenanigans off, son! This generation introduces only 69 new Pokemon. I have no idea what they were thinking when they thought 69, but good going, Game Freak. This makes it by far the smallest generation in terms of new Pokemon, but it slightly makes up for this with the introduction of Mega Evolution. This is a new mechanic that allows Pokemon from previous generations to change form and become even stronger, including even third evolutions. This is definitely a cool mechanic, even if it does make your Pokemon a bit too OP. Okay, a lot too OP. They like Meta Knight and Brawlio. The story can be a bit of a mixed bag. While it does have its moments, it doesn't quite stand up to the one in Black and White. This segment is about to get a bit spoiler heavy, so skip ahead if you haven't played the game yet. And you should, because it's good and I rap like crap. The story mostly revolves around your exploits with your 4 friends, Tierno, Shauna, Trevor, and Serena/Calum. You travel through Kalos, meeting the evil Team Flare, Professor Sycamore, who gives you a Kanto starter, and this movie pop actress star person. The game starts with you and your friends trying to find out about the mysterious thing that is Mega Evolution, but quickly evolves into the story of Team Flare as you discover their true intentions. One of the more interesting characters is Az. A-Z. No, I don't know how to say that name. Az is a king from 3,000 years ago.
Wait, how the hell is this guy still alive?
Regardless, Az has a pretty interesting story revolving around the loss of his Pokemon in a huge Pokemon war. Yes, guys, conspiracy theory almost confirmed. Except it wasn't in Kanto, so never mind. Az somehow finds a way to bring his Pokemon back to life. Then, in revenge, he invents a machine of destruction. Because his Pokemon doesn't like the man Az has become, it leaves him, leaving Az sad and lonely for 3,000 years. Ouch. Team Flare turns out to be trying to use this device of destruction to create a beautiful world. 'Cause that makes sense. Needless to say, you stop them, fight Yveltal, or however you pronounce that, fight the Elite Four champion, who happens to be the Human Star, and become champion. The game ends with a fight against Az, and when you defeat him, he learns the value of Pokemon or whatever, and his beloved Pokemon finally returns. The story doesn't leave as much of an impact on you as the one in Black and White, and I wouldn't consider it particularly strong or the game's main focus. That said, for a Pokemon game, it's a good attempt, and at least blows the story of Black and White 2 out of the water. The new mechanic of having 4 friends that travel with you throughout your journey was cool, though the characters were mostly one-dimensional. But there were still certain parts that made me care about these characters just a little bit, and went a little bit more in depth. The gameplay of Pokemon Y has several different styles, as you travel through the region in multiple different ways. One of the main ways I found myself getting around was through skating, which allows you to move freely, unrestricted to a grid. Tons of yes! There's also biking and surfing, which also allow you to move around quickly without the grid-restricted movement. Indoors, or if you choose to move with the D-pad, you are restricted to grid-based movement, but allowed to move diagonally. The final new form of transportation is through riding Pokemon, which is definitely a cool new mechanic. Riding on Rhyhorn and Mamoswine is a bit of a mixed bag as you move very slowly and it's hard to control. However, when you ride something like Skiddo, it's a ton of fun, with quick movement and crazy jumping skills. Them skills. These different ways to move about add a lot to the number of options you have when getting around, and, in my opinion, are welcome changes. There are also lots of cool new things added to this game that make things like breeding and EV training a whole lot simpler. Breeding for IVs has been made much simpler with the addition of the Destiny Knot passing on IVs to baby Pokemon. Super Training is a fun mini-game that allows you to quickly and specifically train your Pokemon in the areas you want. Horde battles also help a lot in EV training. Oh crap, I forgot to mention Horde battles. Now, for new battle types with Professor Lapon.
Holy sh!
This has been New Battle Types with Professor Lapin. Yeah, this generation introduces Sky Battles, which basically just changes the landscape to the sky, and Horde Battles, where you encounter several Pokemon at once. Moving on. Other new features include the PSS and Pokemon Ami. Even though the PSS will annoy you with a message every 5 seconds, it does make great strides in helping you connect with your friends, battle, trade random Pokemon to get lots of Caterpies, trade Pokemon for ones you actually want, receive powers to help things like catching Pokemon for a short while, and oh my god, I'm out of breath. It's a nice feature. Pokemon Me, bad pun game freak, allows you to basically play Nintendogs with Pokemon. Pokendogs. It's adorbs, but the facial recognition isn't the best. If you play with your Pokemon enough, sorry that sounds dirty, you'll get the benefits in battle, like blocking critical hits and status conditions. Yay! This game also introduces, this game introduces a lot. This game also introduces character customization, which is a welcome change. I felt like there was a fair number of options to make my character as pimpin' as can be. However, it wasn't quite as in-depth as it could have been, and could have benefited from more clothing, hairstyles, and character models. As far as the post-game goes, I found it quite a bit too short, and while it has its moments, it won't last for long. My biggest problem with Pokemon Y is that it's too easy. The experience share in this game makes your whole team level up a lot, constantly, as EXP is distributed throughout your whole team. This means that your Pokemon go very powerful, very quickly. However, enemies' Pokemon don't progress and level nearly as quickly. This means that while the start of the game can be challenging, if you leave this on, the ending will be a breeze. And on top of that, the gym leaders in Elite Four are some of the easiest we've seen. Regardless, you can turn this off, and Pokemon games aren't exactly designed to be difficult. Overall, Pokemon X and Y breathes new life into a long-going franchise, while still maintaining that great feeling you get when you play a Pokemon game. That in mind, I give the games a 9 out of 10, and I can't wait to see where the franchise will go in the future. Thanks for watching, and make sure to keep tuned for more Pokemon, or whatever gaming content, whatever content I decide to make in the future. There's gonna be content. I said, I promised content, but maybe I'll deliver on that. We'll see. Oh, my hat. No. Gosh. This is the worst bloopers. You're probably seeing some sort of weird thing. Hit that sub button. Or hit that like button or something. Just do it. Do it. Bye.